Hello guys, in this video I'm going to try and repair this HP all-in-one 200. I got it from eBay, from Computers in Leeds, the place that I always buy stuff from. Well, it has a few issues. It has no memory installed, it does have a 320GB hard drive, and it powers on, but no display. And they tried the other memory sticks. Actually, they put memory sticks in, but it still didn't want to have an image. So, let's get to it. Okay, so this thing needs a power adapter. It needs about 19 volts and about 8 amps, something like that, 7.89 or something. It came without an adapter. I don't have the proper adapter at the moment because I want to try and see if I can fix it and only then buy an adapter. I have one that is 18.5 volts and about 6 and 6.4 amps or something like that. The plug is the correct one, so hopefully I'm going to be able to try and power it on with this one, and if I can fix it, then buy the correct adapter for it. Because I have this from another HP all-in-one. I can link that video in the description, another few fixes, upgrades. Yeah, check the description of the video if you are interested in this sort of computers. They are pretty nice. Okay, so let's plug this thing in and see what we get. Okay, it plugged in. That's a good start. We have power light, and I think it actually is on already. Yep, that was on. So, zero image from the start. Let's try to shine some light on it, just in case the backlight is damaged. But I don't see absolutely anything on the display. So this thing is truly not powering on. Anyway, it should actually beep without any RAM inside, so something is bad. But at least it's powering on with the adapter that I have, so I don't need to buy a new one until I get this fixed. Next, I'm going to open it up and see what we got inside. Okay, let's start to open this thing up. As we can see from the marks, somebody had a go at it. I don't know if it's only the guys from Computers in Leeds or someone else, but at least we have an arrow here, so I'm guessing that whoever did it was doing it at least partially the right way. Yeah, this was meant to come off, so we are good so far. We have an arrow here, but no screw in that hole. So maybe okay. So this just slides out like this now. Okay, come out, don't break. Okay, it's out. So you need to pull it out, not away. And I see two screws at this point, so these screws are visible. We are going to undo them. But now that I think about it, I don't know, maybe all of this is in one piece. Not really sure, because this doesn't seem to be a separate plastic. Yep, one piece. So I need to take out also this side. Okay, and this is out. Slide it. And underneath right here we have the hard drive. I hope you can see it right to here. Standard desktop hard drive. Okay. A screw right here. We are going to open up this thing. A lot. Okay, still have no idea how this comes out. Okay, so I think this is one piece, but this is another piece. Everything. So I need to take out this. But exactly how, that remains to be seen. Okay. So at least partially it's coming out. This is not giving up without a fight. So let me poke around and be back in a moment. Okay, I think I have it figured out. There must be clips around here. They surely are, but where? Okay, and they popped out. They were right there. Okay, so a few clips all around. This is out. Let's put it aside. And we are in. And this is a weird construction. We have a small fan on the, I'm guessing, chipset probably. And then probably a huge one here for the CPU. That is weird. Oh, and this thing has a Wi-Fi, I think. Is it the Wi-Fi? Probably. It has some kind of adding card right there. So yeah, let's continue. Okay, we are not done with this thing. Let me take this aside. And we want to take this off. I want to have a really good look inside. And I need everything to be available. And that thing right there, it's not a Wi-Fi card, it's a TV tuner. Just realized. Which is pretty nice. This thing actually has a TV tuner built in. Oh well. That could be interesting. But in all honesty, it's another thing that could go wrong at some point, so yeah, don't really know. This needs to slide up just a little bit and then pull it out. So we are further in. Another screw right here. a really long one here. And weird. At this point I'm thinking that this plastic should actually come out. Shouldn't it? Yeah, it should come out. But not really sure what's what. And where is the... Oh, one screw here. Yep, I wasn't finished. This is out. This needs to be tightened up. For sure. It's way better now. Okay, I will have a poke at it and see how this should open all around. Be back. Found some more screws. This one I think it's for the optical drive, but it seems to be holding also this plastic, because without it it's moving, with it it's not moving, so it has a dual purpose. And here we have some screws. Just bumped my head into the furniture, so that is not good. Come on. Doesn't want to play nicely. Yeah, and probably I will need to undo clips all around this thing. So yeah, let's get to it in high speed video, because that will take long. I took out the hard drive. That will be a completely different video where I show you how to upgrade the hard drive in this thing to an SSD. And yeah, I need to take out this frame all around. I want to see the motherboard better, and it seems to have lots of screws all around. Let me just show you. They are really tiny ones and extremely annoying, these ones. So let's do that in high speed. It seems that I can remove this metal shroud all around only if I remove the CPU heatsink itself, which in this situation, I don't know, seems to be connected to the fan. No, it might not be. So one screw right here. When you are doing this sort of job, there are two variants. Either try really hard to keep track of which screw goes where, or take many pictures or video like I actually am doing at this very moment. There is another way. If you have a free table or something, put the screws like this, for example, in the position from which you took them out. And then all of the screws will be basically in the same layout as they were in this thing, and that would make it really easy on you again. And an important thing, never wait too much between opening something up and fixing it, because you will forget how to make it all back together. Okay, let's unplug this. And this should be coming out. I think the thermal paste is really dried up, which is bad. Pretty bad, because I have no real way of putting a lot of pressure onto this thing without damaging anything. Yeah, I'm going to poke around, just make sure I didn't miss any screws or something. No, didn't miss anything, so I'm going to try and pry this out somehow slowly. And it went out. So it was just stuck in place with really dried up thermal paste. You can see it there. And the shroud still not coming out. This is really annoying. It's like they made it as hard as possible to fix this thing. Yeah, there is one tiny screw right there. And the shroud is out. And we have full view of the motherboard. And I think we can put the fan back in and tighten its screws. It shouldn't affect us. Okay, at this point this thing doesn't really want to power on. I've just removed the BIOS battery and shorted the contacts like this, so I'm sure that the BIOS got resetted. I don't know, I'm going to hold the power button without power being connected for about 1 minute. And weirdly enough, it is powering on, but only this fan is not spinning at all. So I don't know, it's either a problem with the BIOS, a problem with the CPU, or even with the chipset itself. Yeah, could be lots of things. What is not really good is the fact that it's not making any sounds. It's not beeping or stuff like that. It should beep without memory. It's not beeping. So that truly says it's kind of dead. At least for the moment. Hopefully I can get it back somehow. Okay, let's put some power into this thing. Again, only the little fan. That's not good at all. Yeah, don't like this at all. The big fan should be also spinning. So, actually, now that I think about it, this tiny fan is not a PWM fan. So this one is always running at full speed. So this might be directly activated when you turn it on, but this could be activated by the motherboard. So the motherboard is actually not powering on, which could be because of a bad BIOS. I don't think a bad CPU could make the fan not spin. Maybe it would spin at full throttle all the time, but not spin at all. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for rewriting the BIOS into this thing and see where that gets us. I'm going to search for the motherboard number. It's right there somewhere. And yeah, hopefully that gets me somewhere. Okay, I found the BIOS chip. I'm going to remove this just so it's not in my way. Also this. I need a little bit of room. The BIOS chip is this one right here. I'm also going to be peeling this off for the moment. I will put it back when I finish. Okay, I think this is where you can reset the BIOS, but yeah, it's written right next to it. If I'm thinking about it, let me try and clear the BIOS just before unsoldering it. Actually have no clue why I turned off the camera. So let's plug this back in. Plug this little thing back in. And ta-da! That's to clear the BIOS, and just to clear the password, the second one. But most likely it needs to be turned on to actually clear the BIOS. So we are on the clear BIOS. Let's try and plug the power in. Hopefully nothing is making a short anywhere, because I have a few grounds loose around here. Yeah, we are all good. Let's try and lift this thing and power it on. Nope, still only the small fan. Power it off. Move it, clear the password, but I think it will be exactly the same. Yep, that didn't do anything. Let's put it back. Come on. Remove the power, obviously. And yeah, I will need to unsolder the BIOS chip. Let's move this all the way there. Get this out of the way once again. Okay. This is my BIOS programmer. This is what I'm going to use to reprogram the BIOS. I really recommend you to buy one of these. If you work on computers, it will help you a lot, because weirdly enough, BIOSes get corrupted way more frequently than people think, and they prevent computers, even laptops, from starting properly. Yeah, I know. You sometimes would not really expect it. You would expect another component to fail, but no. A simple BIOS corruption could make this not power on. Hopefully this is this time also. So on high speed video I will unsolder this with really crappy skills. Hopefully I will not kill it. So let's see how it goes. The BIOS chip is soldered onto the programmer. Make sure you solder it the right way around. This little dot needs to be on that side, because on the board you have something like this. Even there. Make sure you are in the correct slot for a 25 series chip. And yeah, that's about it. Let's go plug this thing into the computer. Okay, it's plugged into the computer. We are inside the BIOS writing software. Let's see if it detects it. And it did. It's a 2 MB chip. This is the name of the chip. Let's see if we can read it. And we can. You can see right down there. We are reading the chip. When it's fully read, I will save it, because I want to also have this version in case something is wrong and not the BIOS is to blame. Okay, click save. Okay, let's go to, where should I put this thing? Okay, old BIOS. Should be saved, and it's saved. Okay, and now we need to erase the chip and give it a quick read just to make sure that it's erased. While it's doing that, let's check the size. 2048. So that is the whole chip here. Let me copy in the same place the new one. Okay, that's the new one that I want to write right there. Okay, you can see it's all empty, so I will open the new one. This is it. I will put a link to the forum where I found it in the description of this video. You can see here the information in it, and we go to program, and now it's writing it. You can see it right over there. When it finishes, I will just click on read once again to see if it's written well, and yeah, hopefully that should be it. Then I will solder the chip back and try to power it on. If we are lucky, it will power on. Okay, click read, and while it is doing that, let me try and compare these two files to see if they are identical. So this one with, let me go down, with old one, and click compare, and they are not identical. If they would have been identical, I would get a message the two files are identical. Let's click on this. Okay, we have a difference right here. And some other small differences throughout this BIOS. Not too much, but there are some differences. Hopefully that is just some weird corruption that was causing the problem. Okay, and this is what we have on the chip now, so the BIOS is written well. So let's take it out of this PC and go and solder it onto the motherboard. It's not beautiful, but it is soldered. So let's plug the absolute minimum required back in and try to see if this thing starts. Hopefully it will. If not, the BIOS wasn't it. Again, make sure nothing shorts around here. I think we are good to go. Honestly, I think we are good to go. Okay, there goes nothing. And nope, the same thing. Wah, wah, wah. It was not a BIOS, which is pretty annoying.